My channel. So I have started one more playlist regarding oops concept in Python. So in this particular video, we are going to see the introduction to oops for Python and how we approach to bring up class and objects concept here in Python. And as well as in further videos in this particular playlist, we'll see different aspects of oops concept in Python. So let's see. So basically, why we need oops concept? Because if we have already functions like different functions we can do in Python, we can it will be good enough to do our task, right? So why do we actually need oops concept? So basically it improves code reusability because we can because in the large applications you need various modularized method. You need the various things and various dependencies using. So we need to have proper maintenance so that for a newcomer or the person who is going to see later on in your project, he can easily understand and use your pre-built code and develop for the new of the programs, right? So okay, so three things we are going to discuss, like what is class and objects. So why we need, oops, so it is improves, like it improves your code reusability and dry. Actually in oops we need to focus on dry because we don't want to repeat ourselves. So it also one of the advantage of oops concept. So let's see, let's started with class and object. So how we're going to write class and object, and, and basically what is class and class and object. So what is class? So class is nothing but just a blueprint. So from every program language, we have heard that class is just a blueprint. So what is basically means that, so blueprints means, supposedly if I can make you understand with an example, supposedly if you can take an example of any school registration form, right? So school registration form is quite a blueprint for all the students who are applying. So you can say school registration form is a blueprint. So it is, so why the school is giving a exact the proper template or proper form of registration form to every student. So they don't make different kind of forms for every students, right? So it will be very much hectic. So they what they do, so they make a proper template which will be appreciable for all the students who are applying to the college. So let's see, let's make an school registration form with um, class and object concept. So as you can see, you this is nothing but the school registration form. So I'm taking class school, like class is school registration. So you can define the college name, okay? So you can see one college name is some, you can see Javiers. Okay, so this is nothing but the class. You can say this is nothing but the class level variable. Okay, so if you okay, so class level means, so all the students who are applying, those are objects, right? So basically here the blueprint is the school registration form, and all the students who are applying to this particular college, you can say okay, I can mention here not school, as you can mention here is college. Okay, so all the students who are applying this particular college, you can treat them as objects, right? Okay, so this is a class level variable. So you can say the college name is Javiers, and you can create, like uh, whenever you create any object for any particular class, the first init function actually runs. So in init function is nothing but the special function, or you can say the constructor. So I'll make you understand this. So okay, little further. So let's see. So okay, so like what are the obvious thing that we need for any college registration form? So name, actual name for all the objects or all the students. We need that for name, age, and you can say gender. Gender you can say, right? So okay, so what is self actually? I'll tell you. You can just let's focus on the object oops concept here. So after that I'll tell you what is self and how we are going to use self here. So self name. Okay, self dot age should be the age that has been given by while creating the object, and self dot gender will be gender, right? Okay, so this is our constructor. So whenever we create any student or create an object, so this basic information we need. And suppose I want to make one attribute for the object, like we need the email id for all the students. So I can make my custom email get email function. So okay, so it should print what it should print the email id. So I can make my custom email like I want name that particular string with age. I can this is nothing but I'm building my custom email id for individual college, I can say. Okay, so image and I can say some at the rate, right? At the rate college. So what is the college name? College name is the class level variable. So it can be used for um every what every object of the college registration class, right? Okay, so this is nothing but okay, so at the rate is college, last would be the dot com. So dot com. So what we are doing it. So yes, we have built simple no a college registration form. So this is a blueprint for every students who are applying. So every student who are applying should have name, age, and gender, right? So and we have one attribute like when class attribute who is providing every student mail id. So suppose I have created one object of supposedly I'm creating one object of college registration form. So what we need. So as I told you, so whenever you are creating object in python, so first the constructor or init function will run. So so what arguments actually that init function takes. I'll tell about self later. So you can consider the what are the arguments that it is taking. So it is taking three basic arguments, right? So we need to provide these three argument, because if 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 you are going to run this, so you will have an error because supposedly we're creating an object. So when you create an object, this init function will run. So init function should have that particular three argument, right? So it is saying the three position arguments are missing. So we need to provide this. Supposedly one student name is, so you can say Sambit, and age would be some 24, and what is the gender would be male. Okay, so you can say, so I've created one object named student, right? So it will run. Okay, so college no attribute as gender. Okay, so I have done some wrong here. Okay, so we can run it and it will run without any error. So we have created name some bit with some age and gender, right? This is a student information, you can say. So if if I want this particular student email id, so I can run this email id function through this particular object, right? Object, and I can have my email id like sambit24, that is my age, @xaviers.com will be my college name, right? Okay, so supposedly one another object, or you can say another student will come to register for this particular college. So you can say student 2 will be the same college registration form, and that person name could be uh, Raj, and the age would be some 27, and 27 and male would be there. So after creating the student 2 object, I can also call this particular functions. Okay, so it will print both because we are printing the mail id, right? So it is printing raj27 at the zavid.com. So this is the way that the function, the class and object works. So this is nothing but the blueprint. So blueprint is just a one time thing. So one time we have created the form, as you know the like how it works. So it is just a one time form, you can say. Whenever you go to college, every students were given just a particular form to fill up, right? So you can create just a single format or single blueprint. So every student can go there and fill up the details with their individual attributes, and we can create those objects and get any class attributes, or you can say any perform if you want to try to do. So you can do one more thing. So define one more function which can get me the details of each students who have applied. So you can say print of like student, you can say student this is rent is applied, has applied, has applied, who is this many years of old, and gender, gender is so you can say any gender. So I can do format self self dot name comma self dot age comma self dot gender, self dot gender. Okay, so I can derive one more function. Supposedly in that particular class attribute, I need to see the individual students or individual objects who are applying to my college. So what are the details of the students? So I can see supposedly I have applied like two here. Two students have two students have applied. So I can see the details of student number 2. So if we know two details, so I can see that what is the details. Okay, so as you can see that has been printed, student Raj has applied, who is 27 years old, and gender is male, right? So I can after creation, like how it works. So when the object is created, or any students have been created, so all the variables have been stored in the constructor like init function. Then by for the individual objects, I can use that particular variables in different functions in that particular class, so and use it, right? Okay, so you guys have doubt like what is self and all in the particular constructor. So in the later videos, I'll describe you like how self, like what is self used in every particular class, and uh, if you don't write self here, actually, if you don't write self, you'll have error, right? uh, you'll have error because it will see get email function takes 0 position argument but one one was given, but in, as you can see in the particular get email function, we have not provided any type of argument, but still it is saying that one was given, right? So how it works, I'll tell you in the later video, so it will be crystal clear. So hope you guys understand, and let's see for another video. Thank you.